Hello everyone, welcome to Formula 2, and here tonight we're in Austria again then. And we've had some well, pretty interesting racing over the past couple of days, haven't we, to say the very least then. But yes, this one is going to be a cracking one indeed then. So of course for Formula 1 and Formula 2, we've had sorry, no, for Formula 1 gold, silver and bronze, we have had we have had oh gosh, we have had, of course, a sprint and a Grand Prix. So Formula 2, that's standard stuff in the world of Formula 2 or Formula Blue or Formula Woo, depending on whatever you like to call it then. But as we're counting down to the start of qualifying, it's single shot qualifying. I really wish they had an 18-minute qualifying session in Formula 2. That is my only gripe about Formula 2. Apart from that, I absolutely love Wednesday nights. It's happy hump day, and it is certainly going to, hopefully no one gets a hump in this one. Good gosh. Or they might have to make like a camel and leave. Troy leads the way in the Drivers' Championship, 45 points in front of Gamer. Toy Coin in third position, Lights in fourth. Ever since the Lights has been given a full-time drive, he has gone MIA. So I think that's him done, isn't it? Really? It's always the same, really. Unfortunately, we never learn our lesson. Luke in fifth position, R2B is in sixth, Vessier is in seventh position, Serious Mushroom 8th, Lucifer in ninth, and Nolsey in 10th position. Percy in 11th, Kaidal in 12th, Hassal in 13th. He's also gone MIA, I think, last time I haven't seen him for a while. 14th edition, Jinner, Martin 15th, Reflection 16th, Bannister 17th, Chewy 18th, Vintage 19th, and at 20th is Barber, who is also having issues at voting as well, by the looks of things. In the teams championship, not the constructors. The teams championship is Carlin currently top of the tree. It is Campos second, High Tech in third. Dams is just 3 points away from the 100. Virtuosity in fifth position. ART is in sixth. MP Motorsport seventh. Trident eighth. Prima ninth, and Charus Racing in 10th position. And I'm very happy with that. Then who are we on board today? We're going to be on board Kaz, I think. Kaz had a bit of a nightmare racing at bronze last night, didn't he? But hopefully, as far from reflections, far from vintage retired from the session, on board Kaz at the moment now. So has a serious rush as well. Luke, once again, I have no teammate there. I wonder what they're trying to tell you, Luke. Goodness gracious me. I don't know. I wonder if Luke takes up. I wonder if Luke is very, very much hogging the special sauce in the garage, maybe. I'm not too sure, but it seems like Luke is always on his own in the ART. We have also got those that I'm back for more Formula Woo, and we've also got Sarah's Mushroom. Even though, good evening to you, Mushroom as well. Apologies for no countdown tonight, by the way. If anyone was wondering why the stream's on so quickly. This fall, of course, I had a lovely tea over my sisters tonight, and then I only got back about 20 past, and then unfortunately I broke my audio, which wasn't very good. But anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? We got Kaz who's out in 10th position, and that is currently pole position for the sprint. Of course, the top 10 for the qualifying is reversed for the sprint. And of course, Kaz has invalidated his time now, and that is a blow for Kaz. So I think it's going to be Bannister and Sick as much, because they're going to be fighting for the pole position here. Toy Coin has got fastest there, and he's got the 2 points as well. Toy Coin as that is his second pole position in a row, and that is also Toy Coin's fourth pole position of the season. And well, everyone else, from what I can see, has only had one pole position this season, and Toy Coin's on a magnificent 4 pole positions there, 10th in front of Troye, who him and Troye are very much then going head to head, aren't they, in the Formula 2 Championship? MP Motorsport Siege, who I think bowled out before a couple of weeks ago in Formula 2, returns there. He's in third. Luke in fourth, with Camaro in fifth in the Trident. Great to see Camaro back in tonight. Grid 17, R2 beat with Martin, Kaidal, Chewy, and Sick as Muck, with Bannister in 11th position then. So that will be the reverse, and that top 10 is reversed for the sprint, which is coming up in just a jiffy. Hope I don't get Marskied again tonight. And Serious Rush was saying, Kaz, hello, good evening to you, good sir, as we roll on to the race as well then. So it is the sprint, and then it's the feature, and then we are going to leave Austria, which I'm very disappointed to say leave Austria, because usually I love Austria, but this week has been pretty difficult, to say the least, hasn't it, for the admins there. Normally I do love a bit of action and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, this week it hasn't been good at all, has it there? Anyways, we get going with the when we get going with the start itself, and as Luke says, he will take P3. Wait, make that P4. I've really hurt my wrist as well, by the way. Goodness me, get your minds out the gutter. Good gosh. No, I've hurt my wrist because I walked into my door handle and it really hurts at the moment. So yes, that's what you get. All rush. The faster you go, the less speed you get, and all that kind of stuff. I think it's gonna be a spicy race. Look in the sky. Um, I can't see from that angle, but is it looking a bit grey there? Is it? Oh goodness me! Last time we had a wet race in the sprint in Formula 2, it was a cracking race indeed. I absolutely enjoyed that sprint. It was one of my favourites races to commentate on in Australia because of course Formula 2 does not have intermediate tyres actually, so it's either a full wet or a slick tyre. There's nothing in between, which very much makes it very interesting indeed. And it was incredible to see drivers hanging out on the dry tyres, whilst other drivers went to the wet tyres and they were just disintegrating, weren't they? Two drivers on the super soft tyres, that is Toy Coin and the Vessier. Everyone else is on the medium compound tyres there. I'm looking into the sky at the moment. It's a beautiful, well, it's clear in the sky at the moment there. So I thought Luke might have been on about the weather, but potential, but maybe he's just pulling my leg then. Sickest Muck was 10th in qualifying, so he starts first then for the sprint. Second position is Chewy with Kaidal in third. Fourth is Martin and two Red Bull livery cars on row 2. But not in the same team now, so that's a bit confusing, isn't it, for you new fans of Formula 2. Kaidal is a part of the Prima team, whilst Martin's a part of the Dams machines. And the second Dams car is also not got a livery, not got a Red Bull livery on there, but it's now a Dams as well. Feels like we're in IndyCar, doesn't it? But there's R2 beat in 5th position, Camaro in 6th in the Trident. 7th position is Luke with Siege in 8th, Troy in 9th position. 10th position is Toy Coin, and he is going to be lightning in a bottle at the opening stage. The Bannister in 11th. In the second Prima with Reflections in 12th. Cirrus Mushroom in 13th position. Vintage in 14th. Farfair is in 15th position. Oh, goodness gracious me. I think he got driver of the day, didn't he, on Shoot Monday as well, which is absolutely shocking behaviour. 16th position is Nosey in the famous Red 5 machine. Now, of course, Nigel Mansell, Sarah Thomas, Nosey. I think that I'd love to see Nosey with a moustache as well, but with good stuff indeed. 70th position, Kaz. 80th position, Messier on the softer tyres. Super soft tyres. No mandatory pit stops in this race there, so it is a straight sprint, and it's 14 laps in the sprint then, rather than 12, which we had in Formula 1 over the past 3 days, so that is going to be a very much a interesting development in this one. The red lights are on as they come on one at a time, then like Formula 1, then there'll be a pause, and we'll be racing here, and sick as muck there, and there's a car. Farf is dropped right down to the back of the field. I don't think Farf has ever driven in a Formula 2 car in anger, so this is going to get very interesting indeed. As Chewy is gone wide, and because it's gone wide, R2 Beat and Kaida have both slipped up the inside and taken second and third position respectively. And now we've got cars all over the show here with Martin down a couple of positions as well. He's going to go on the inside here. It is getting very cozy here, and there's contact with one of the MP Motorsports car. Yellow flag in the background there. Who is that then? I think that they're all okay, just about. We did have I've almost forgot how to breathe there. And look at that then, Toy Coin on the super soft tyre, and so Luke's go. Oh my gosh, there's got to be contact here. There is contact. 4 into 1 does not go into the turn 4 there, and we still got 4 abreast here. And Toy Coin, that's going to be a sandwich there. Contact again here. They have hit each other. Toy Coin at 4 still. That's going to be contact. One of the cars is up there. I don't know who it was there. I think it was Martin in the Dams car, and goodness gracious me, Toy Coin does survive the experience. Unfortunately, Martin doesn't now. You can see that from a mile away. And who's that in front of us then? That is Toye and Camaro. Toy Coin is now up into 8th position. Of course, Toy Coin is the is of course on the soft tyre, the super soft tyre at the moment. Now, I'm wondering if that might be because I'm surprised that they were gone. I don't think 14 laps around here on the super softs is going to last. There must be rain afoot then, or potentially the drivers may think that it's rain is on the horizon. There's Troy then. It may say Liam Lawson on the car, and look at that. Then Toy Coin is also in action as well here, and one of the that Siege who's gone right off the circuit. He's misjudged his braking point, I think potentially. nicely and drop down the order. Toy Coin and all over the back of Troy like a bad suit here as we go down into turn 4. Is he going on the outside here? He is, you know that. And look at that then, and up the outside track position. Troy then I think knows when the fight knows when to fight a good fight, but not tonight. He ain't going to. I don't think too much there. As of course Toy Coin has got the element of the soft super soft tires at the moment now. Of course, which of course still exists in Formula 2. I'm sure it still exists in Formula 2 in the actual world in 2023 as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. Over the brow of the hill once again here, as you can see, then the cars are yoring up and down there. Lovely shot indeed. There's one of the best shots in Formula 1. This is one of the most famous shots as well. And look at this, and his R2B is on the outside, as sick as much. And there he goes then, and he takes the lead. Toy Coin is set the fast lap for the race, and it was R2B. It's on the outside. R2B is through. Watch that sausage curve then. Is caused all kinds of menacing action in this over the week. Can Sick as Mud get back past it because he has DRS now? Not as effective as in Formula 1 world, but let's see. And he's gone. I think Sick as Mud may have gave a glancing blow to R2B then, but now at the inside goes Kaida, and he has the position now. Does he have the momentum? He does, you know. And Sick as Mud and Kaida then going very close together. Goodness gracious me, gentlemen. And now we got Kaida up into third position there. What about Luke then? As Luke then, who was the early leader in Formula 2 in the championship, has had a couple of issues over the last couple of races or so. Then can he get himself back on that horse? Well, he's trying to on the outside here. This has not ended too well when drivers try to go on the outside through the left-right chicane there in the middle section there, but they have definitely survived the experience on this hand anyway. And Luke very much on the cusp, is Luke there got a bit out of shape there, and Toy Coin almost into the back there. Toy Coin is the newest member of the Gold and the Gold Championship as well, as he's taken over from Vesley, who's no longer a part of ALR anymore. So Toy Coin will be hoping to lead the line for the famous Scuderia Ferrari, but tonight he is leading the line for the Campos team now. I'm really going for an aggressive strategy in the opening charges, opening exchanges here in this sprint race. On the outside, and who is that then? Toy Coin up the inside then, and look at that then, Kaida, Sick as Fuck, it's getting close again now, the hairpin. And once again, Sick as look at this, and we have got more action there. Lucas on the outside, Toy Coin has dropped back, as I think that Toy Coin is thinking he doesn't want to get too involved in this, because this could get very fruity indeed. And Sick as I think that was Luke and Kaida. And look, there's Troy, and Troy is now up into fifth position there, giving Toy Coin a bit of a squeeze on the outside here. These two are going to be rivals in the gold as well come Sunday in the British Grand Prix. And of course, the world champion of ALR is Troy, so that is very interesting. That Troy, doesn't matter what you give him there on 4 wheels, maybe 2, I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's going to end in disaster. Oh my word! And one of the Red Bulls has been forced off the road, which is not a Red Bull. Goodness, as confusing as it looks on the screen. But again, great driving from Kaida, Toy Coin, and Troy. Not to spin or cause any damage to each other. Magnificent stuff indeed there. That Toy Coin's got a 3-second penalty though, and he's been very aggressive on the old curbage at the moment. And in the foreground again, Sick as Muck and Luke there were just going to half distance in this sprint race now. On the outside goes Toy Coin. So Kaida is going to defend the inside then. Is he going to run him out of road? He can't. He's trying, but he's already through. Toy Coin is, and up into 4th position now. Kaida then, who is now in 5th, and Troy in 6th position. Troy getting squeezed by the Prima. Oh my goodness me, there's not much room for manoeuvrability there for Troy. Troy going on the outside now. He's going to have momentum. He has the position. He's done it. And Kaida down into is now in 6th position in car 1. Nosey has just also stolen the march on Camaro. It's the top 8, of course. That gets the points. Camaro and Nosey very close together indeed. Nosey backs out of that manoeuvre, as it's been a very challenging time. Look, R2B has just absolutely flown away in this race and in the dams. Brilliant stuff indeed. As yellow flag there, and just as we send the Camaro and oh goodness me, Camera and Nosey were fighting for position, and unfortunately when we return to him, unfortunately Camera's facing the wrong way. Lap 6. Lap 6 of this race, and is Toy Coin up in the third position. He does have for a 3-second penalty at this moment in time. Here comes Troy then on the inside of Luke. Then here's Toy Coin on the outside of Sick as Muck. Then Sick as Muck, a very robust defender here, very much. Oh dear, and contact again. And it's I think that Sick as Muck was trying to like do a bit. Oh gosh, there are almost more contact between Luke and Sick as Muck here. And I gotta say, I'm surprised that we haven't had a huge incident yet, because they are very much dicing with fate in this one. Luke is now trying to pick up the Frost on the inside there, but he hasn't got the momentum. And Luke is, and Sickersmug still got that position there. It's become a bit of a mobile chicane. And now there's Sickersmug on the outside. Oh, sorry, looking on the outside, he's been forced off there. Troy trying to go on the inside as well. And Troy has made the move stick there. Oh gosh, I thought there was going to be contact again. And I was bracing myself there. Toy Coin now in the fourth position here. And it's an absolute chaos here. And on the outside goes Toy Coin. Where is Luke then? He's still on the inside here. Toy Coin doesn't want to be fighting too hard in this one, does he? Of course, and look, Vessier has come from the back of the field. It's up here, 12th position. And here comes Vessier. And Vessier, my goodness me, he has flown through the field and he is now up into 5th position. Unbeknownst to me, Troy is through. Passes Sick as Muck as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. Six Muck down into oh my word, and here's Toy Coin again up the inside. Got a bit more tapping and banging wheels into turn. That is gonna be, oh no, and they have come together. Oh dear, oh dear. And Toy Coin dropping all the way down the order, and once again they've come to blow, Sick as Muck and Toy Coin. They seem to have a magnet next to each other and seem to keep driving into each other there. Chewy though is in 7th position. Knowles is up into 6th. Vessier in 5th. Brilliant driving from Vessier. Brilliant, incredible stuff indeed there. Siege and Chewy, who is now trying to get himself into 7th position here. He has Kaida and Sick as Muck also fine for position there. Toy Coin's unfortunately aggressive strategy is unfortunately unraveling here at the moment. Chewy now up into 8th position. It's top 8, of course, that scores out. Siege has got back past Chewy here. Then goodness me, there's carnage all behind each other there. Goodness me, and that's a spinner. And oh gosh, and that's a major bit of contact with the wall. And I think it's Kaida who's got damage there on the Prima car. He recovers, but I think they've passed damage in the sprint race here in Formula 2. It's all done and dusted, unfortunately. And we've now got Vessier all over the back now of Cirrus Mushroom. Vessier drove a superb race so far. Magnificent stuff indeed, whilst he's been very much keeping it cool as you like, hasn't he? Vessier is then on lap 8 out of 14 here. Oh, going a bit squirrely there, is he? Toy Coin back up into 8th position, getting back into the points there. Toy Coin is, he does have a 3-second penalty. I'm surprised of how long those super soft tires was last year. Very good stuff indeed on board with Red 5, which is Knowles. And then having a look there is Vessier is currently the man on the mission at the moment. And there are the penalty situation. 3-second penalties for Luke, for Toy Coin, and for Kaz as well. My goodness. Right, so let me get rid of that info bar. There we go. So R2 beat 6 seconds in front now of Luke, who's in 2nd position with Troy in 3rd. Cirrus Mushroom in 4th position. Cirrus Mushroom needs to save him 3 seconds of Luke, and he will get that 3rd position. But however, I think that maybe he might be a bit more concerned about Vessier, who's looking very sprite behind him. And Knowlesy is also ready to pounce as well. There he is. Toy Coin now is behind Siege at the moment there, and he's going to have a look into turn 1 potentially. Knowlesy is also I think Vessier braked a bit early there, as I think that he wants to have slow in, fast out there, so he can gain momentum on the exit of the turn, and he has indeed there. We've also got Troy now in front of Luke. There he is, and there he goes up the inside, passes Luke, track position, and Vessier also passed Cirrus Mushroom in the 2nd. Campos and up into 4th position. Lovely stuff indeed, but now Cirrus Mushroom's got the DRS, and he may have another go then. Lovely over-the-shoulder shot here with Cirrus Mushroom. He's having a sniff, nothing more though. Siege and Toy Coin now still fighting tooth and nail. Siege in the MP Motorsport machine. He is in 8th position now. Toy Coin now up into 7th. Look at this gaggle of cars here. R2 beat 7 seconds in front there. That's unheard of in a Formula 2 sprint, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed there, with Troy 2nd, 3rd Luke, 4th Vessier, Cirrus Mushroom in 5th, with Knowlesy in 6th position there. 7th is Toy Coin, 8th up is Siege, 9th is Cash, Chewy in 10th position there with Reflections on the inside. There he is, but Chewy has got the momentum. Bannister's also interested in this as well as they go over the brow of the hill. Bannister's having a look then, and he's gone a bit wide there if Chewy has and that's allowed Reflections back through. That's contact there, and that's a big contact there indeed there, but Reflections managed to stop the car. Bannister, I don't think got any pieces off of his wing now, and he is now up into, is he going to have a look there into turn one? Not quite then. So he thinks better of it, Bannister does there, but 10th position could be on the cards. Who's this then? Serious Russian back on the inside of Vessier, and one of those super soft tires starting to fall off the cliff then, but Toy Coin outside that. Toy Coin's up in his 6th position there, passes Nosey. Nosey's off the track there, goodness gracious me. As Toy Coin out in his 6th position there, Vessier is gaining on Serious Mushroom here because he did have the job done, but he did not get out of DRS range. There is 3 DRS zones around here. I should have mentioned that in the build-up, but I suppose better late than never, isn't there? Albeit you liked your information before he started racing. Lovely shot here from the nose cone of the Campos. High Tech is just in front of us. Another Campos is just in front of us as well. Vessier is the meat in the Campos sandwich here. Of course, Serious Mushrooms in the blue Campos, whilst Toy Coin is in, well, white and blue, whilst Toy Coin is in the green and white Campos there. Over the brow of the hill, once again, Reflection's got a 3-second penalty. That means that we've got 4 penalties there, very much. And Vessier's got a 3-second penalty as well, so that's 5 penalties then. And it's going to be crucial then here. With just 3 laps to go here in the sprint in Austria as we come up into turn 1 again. Bannister's got a 3-second as well. And you can see the field spread on 11 laps, and not big to be honest there. It's actually quite tight here in Formula 2, isn't it? Very interesting stuff indeed. Now Toy Coin, he's going to try and get back past that balance. He's got past Reflections in the battle of 10th and 11. So Serious Mushroom is going to be feeling a bit under the cosh here. Oh, is Toy Coin now struggling to slow it down, locked up the rear brakes there, and he snuck past Vessier, but goodness gracious me, Toy Coin, great car control. Are we going to see any team orders there from the Campos? Remember that we don't see many team orders from the Campos, but Serious Mushroom now not fighting that one too hard, was he there for Serious Mushroom? I wonder if he might become a rear gunner for Toy Coin at this moment in time then. However, Serious Mushroom, of course, is a team player, isn't he? He's doing a good job in these Formula 2 races. Lovely helmet design as well, blue and yellow there from Serious Mushroom. I'm wondering if that is in support of course, Troy there. But however, both adversaries on the track here tonight. Even though Troy is about a couple of seconds up the road at the moment there, as Serious Mushroom has been involved in an absolutely hellacious battle, hasn't he, between Team himself, Toy Coin, Nosey and co. Brilliant, been incredible races indeed then. Vessier, I wonder if Vessier, incredible palette through the field. Remember, Vessier started at the back, flew himself up in 6th position there, but one of those super soft tires are now starting to hang on then. I'm impressed with how how long these super softs have lasted. I didn't think they was going to last this long in this race. So very good stuff indeed there for Vessier and for Toy Coin. But at the moment there, Toy Coin is almost out of DRS and he's very close to the back of Luke. Well, not very close there. He's about 1.3 seconds away, which is not enough to get him into DRS just yet. Sigismund getting very close to the back of Bannister here up the inside. And now Bannister's going to try and get the momentum here. As of course Sigismund lost momentum because he was very acute going into that turn. Bannister on the outside, but I think the Bannister has lost the momentum and Sigismund back up into 11th position there. Remember, it's the top 8 that gets points in this one. Back on board now with Vessier at the moment, and Vessier had a bit of a nightmare race here in Bronze last night, didn't he? But he's very much trying to make up for it here tonight with some incredible overtaking, some incredible performance indeed, and get himself right up the order. Reflections off the circuit now. He's doing a bit of grass cutting there. Bottas is going to be very unhappy with that because Reflections is stealing Bottas's business here in Austria. But unfortunately for Reflections, that is not the quickest way to go around this circuit. Watching Red 5 at Knowlesy, who is in 7th position. Lovely helmet there from Knowlesy there, the beautiful pink and blue. The colours of his team as well in Alpine there, which unfortunately Knowlesy's not had a very good record around this circuit. As it either rains and ruins this race. It rains and it ruins his race there because it's happened. I think it could have and should have won this race in Season 1 and Season 2 of ALR, but the rain came exactly the same time, near enough exactly the same time in both races and cost him victory. And I think it did the same for Dan Murphy in Season 2 as well. both of them with the cream of the crop on that day as well. Knowles, of course, driving the Formula 2 machine now, and there's contact there between himself and Vessier, and almost sends Knowles into the wall, then Vessier then backing out of that. He just had so much more grip, didn't he, on the initial acceleration there, and almost spun the Campos there. But to me, then I am feeling that Vessier is struggling with grip now, isn't he? There, can he stay into the top 8? And Kaz has got a penalty along with Sickersmuck and Bannister as well as we come over the brow of the hill on the second to last lap. Now, no, we ain't. We're on the last lap here. Then R2B, the gap is down to 3 seconds, and Troy has been eaten into his lead there. Right, since he overtook there, R2B is going for his second sprint race win of the season. For R2B, doing a great job in the sprints this season. R2B is very much showing his speed in a short format race, which is what sprint races are designed for in Formula 2. And I suppose in Formula 1 as well. But we all know about my opinion in sprints in Formula 1. But of course, this is not the time or the place. I have not got my soapbox with me tonight there, which I probably do need a bit of soap actually, because I probably don't smell very good at all. I am very sweaty there, to say the very least. And, well, sweaty before I even started this race there. It's all going on the inside now. Vessier is he going to try and he's going to hang on the outside there. Good calm racing there from both drivers there. But CJ will have the momentum here. He does have the momentum, but Vessier has got the inside line. Can Siege go up and under? Not quite then. And he keeps the position. But here he is at R2B. Then what a performance here for R2B. And he is going to get his first sprint race win of the season. And out of the final turn. And he wins his first sprint race of the season here in Austria. He won the feature race in the opening race in Bahrain. And now he has won a sprint as well. So 1 feature race win, 1 sprint for R2B, 2 wins this season. Magnificent stuff indeed there with Serious Mushroom in third position. Troy hunted him down right up to the very end there, but Troy finished second today. Good drive there from Toy Coin and from Vessier to get some points out on the super soft tires. I was impressed they went that long, to be fair. Magnificent stuff indeed. Knowles in 4th, Luke in 5th position, and Siege on his return to 7th there. P3 baby, the Serious Mushroom was saying as well, so he's overjoyed with this result. Very good stuff indeed there. Magnificent stuff indeed. Toy Coin got Driver of the Day then, according to the game. I'm really regretting this t-shirt as well now, because it's a bit sticky now. I'll be getting the 3-second penalty remove, Luke is saying, and make sure you get that footage recorded, my good sir. And also make sure you got your penalties screenshot as well, and all that kind of stuff, my good sir. And then throw it in the incident report after the race, and so hopefully Luke will be able to propel himself up a couple of positions as the bubbly is being sprayed then for the sprint race. And that was certainly a sprint race indeed. We had 14 laps of the sprint race there, which I found that quite fascinating actually, because F1 only had like 12 laps there, which makes no rhyme or reason really to anyone else, but I found that interesting anyway. Of course, let's take a look at the sprint race results. Had R2B, great drive there, his second win of the season, his first race win in a sprint format. Good stuff indeed there. Second position was Troy from 9th to 2nd there. Serious Mushroom from 13th to 3rd. Knowlesy up to 4th, and Luke is going to try and get that 3-second penalty remove, which might propel him to the podium. 6th position, Toy Coin and fastest up as well. Siege in 7th. Vessier gets the final point from 18th to 8th. Magnificent. Kaz on his first full drive in 9th position. 10th is Chewy. Sickersmuck 11th. Camera 12th. Bannister 13th. Kydal 14th. Far from 15th. 16th Martin. 17th Vintage and 18th Reflections. No DNFs. Goodness gracious me. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Right then, as we get on to the feature race as well, and it's a good opportunity for me to find my orange squash, which I love orange squash at the moment. Oh my goodness me, there's rain! Quickly, Sean, drink your drink. Serious Mushroom has laid down the law there. No, you can't have 3-second penalties removed then. I'm gonna make this joke. Of course, Serious Mushroom has been around for quite a long time. He probably knows the law inside out. He knows more rules than I do, really. I was going to because I was thinking, should I say that? But then Serious Mushroom, I thought that I'm calling him old then. But of course, it's not old, it's wisdom, isn't it? That's what I tell myself every day when I try and get out of bed with a bad back. Right, so we're waiting for the drivers then. So this, to me, It's perfect intermediate conditions. Now, what the curveball is in Formula 2 is that we've only got wet or slick tyres. Are the conditions going to dry up? Holy moly, I hate the rain now. As goodness me, so Serge Russia's going to have a tough old time. It's full wet tyres, of course. There's no intermediates in Formula 2. But this is going to be quite an interesting one indeed. Toy Coin is on pole position now. Of course, he's got 2 points and a point for fast lap, and he got points for 6th position, if I'm not very much mistaken. It only happened about 30 seconds ago, but I can't remember. As I talked about old age, that's very much very much me done and dusted there. Toy Coin, 4th pole position in the season, magnificent. Troy alongside him on row 1 there. We got a imposter in 2nd position there. That's one of the that's Siege who's gone into 2nd. Good heavens, but Troy 2nd, Siege in 3rd position, Luke in 4th, Camera Racer in 5th position, R2B our winner earlier on in 6th position, 7th is Martin, Kaidal in 8th, Chewy in 9th position, Sick as Muck is in 10th with Bannister 11th, Reflections in 12th, Serious Mushroom in 13th, Vintage in 14th. That far from 15th position now. 16th is Nosy, 17th is Kaz, and 18th is Vessier. Very good stuff indeed. As Serious Mushroom getting some banter on in the old comment section as well. Good stuff indeed. It's a much more calm atmosphere in the comments tonight, isn't it? Which I absolutely love to see. Of course, Serious Mushroom is our comment negotiator and monitor. I didn't really mean to say negotiator. I meant to say moderator, but there we go. If I try and speak big words, it just goes absolutely to pot, doesn't it? But anyway, it's light rain, so these wet tires, this is going to be a challenge now, isn't it, for these drivers, because they have to keep these wet tires in the operating window. It is not wet enough for the wet tires, is it? They're going to have to go straight from wets to slicks then, so it's going to be a longer crossover point. It's all about the skill now of how you manage these tires, and the wet priority tires are not very good. They have to be treated very delicate. They're a bit rubbish, really, aren't they? As what a lot of drivers says, Max Verstappen, very critical of the wet tires, isn't he? There, and to be honest, I mean, they aren't great there, are they? To be fair, but we don't really see them too often, do we? But is that because the wet tires are rubbish, or is that because Formula One is a bit worried about safety? Which, of course, you should always be worried about safety, shouldn't you? But however, well, anyway, that remains to be seen. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the race, shall we? We're on lap 2 apparently, but those first 2 laps have passed me by. 3, 4, 5, and lovely shot here, and away we go in Spielberg. The lush surrounding, and there's a car off it. Who's that? Mushrooms got off the circuit now. I think he wants to just let everyone through. And Troy then is defending 2 for the price of 1 of Luke and Siege. As Bannister's at 3 positions. That Prima car is taken off fantastically well. So is Bessier as well. And I'd say it's all calm, but there's a gaggle of 4 or 5 cars here, including Farf, who's very much in the middle. Oh my gosh, and who's that off the circuit there? And that car is well controlled. That's Sick as Mug. And Sick as Mug there was, goodness me, do you remember the crash between Heupfeld and Takuma Sato in 2002? That was very reminiscent of that, wasn't it? That was one of the worst smashes I've ever seen in Formula 1 between Sato and Heupfeld. And I think that Heupfeld escaped. He wasn't too, I don't think he was injured at all, was he? Farfeld getting very cozy with Kaidal there. And Kaidal then unfortunately has lost a lot of momentum there, but he's still in front of Farf at the moment. Farfeld, oh, contact there. Farf has been nerfed off the rope there. Remember, Farf knows his corner very well after the, oh, and he's been Farfus off the circuit again, then Camera Racer, then strong arm in Farfus, but and Farfus down in 11th position. Maybe that's maybe it's a turn too far for Farfus. Oh, he's now through and back up into 10th position now. Of course, it's top 10 that scores points in this one. And who's that up the inside? Is that a Serious Mushroom? Oh my gosh, that's going to be contact. That is contact there. Mushroom and Reflections there, having a couple of issues there. Sick as Muck's got a 10-second penalty. Hats off to Sick as Muck for not hitting anyone. So very good stuff indeed there. Because of course that could have been, as I mentioned about the 2002 smash between the Jordan and the Sauber of Heupfeld and Takuma Sato. That didn't come off too well at all. But Sick as Muck, their best case scenario. Unfortunately not for him though, because he did the unselfish thing of not hitting anyone. And because of that, he did get a 10-second penalty, which is very harsh indeed then. So really, I think they'd be very unhappy with that then. Martin is Bannister up into 6th position. My goodness me, this man is flying out there at the moment. So is Kaz up 9 positions, Farf up 6, and also we've got Vessier up 6 positions as well. So we've had some great... is that Debris just sitting there in the corner of my eye? I'm not sure. I was trying to get me menu sorted. Camera Racer has lost out because Camera Racer may have lost 2 positions. He has done, with Vessier up into 11th position, Camera down to 12th. What about Serious Mushroom now up into 15th position there, and Reflections and Chewy having a look then, but Chewy dropping down to the 17th. Toy Coin, 1.5 seconds in front of Troy. There's no DRS in this race at the moment. I don't think there will be DRS then, unless the race stewards deemed it to be fit and proper, and of course it's safe and it's safe as well. But normally we don't get to see the DRS until very much when the rain stops and the track starts to dry up. So at the moment, then there's no sign of the rain abating. Then it is just so there will be no DRS at the moment, which means it's going to be a lot more difficult to overtake. Then, in theory anyway. Look at those brake disc glowing there on Luke's car. Magnificent stuff indeed, but yes, so it's going to be in theory more difficult to overtake. However, of course you've got a gate, but of course you've also got there's a lot more scope or much more room for mistakes with the wet track conditions there, which could also help overtaking as well. Martin in the great 7th position there. Kaz giving him a bit of a nudge there to get him through. I'm not really sure if that's the most sportsmanlike way to get through there for Kaz. So we've now got a drag race down into turn 4. Kaz and Martin there going side by side, then banging wheels into turn 4 as well. Turn 4 has been quite a spectacle for anyone who's paid for tickets to watch at turn 4 in ALR this week. Goodness me, you've got your money's worth there. Farf is now up into 8th position. Now Kaz has lost two positions there in that one scenario in this race. Farf now into 8th position and on course for 4 points for himself and the Virtuosi team. Is now only 1.5 seconds up the road from Troy in 2nd position. Luke in 3rd at the moment. There's all about a second there gap, and then we have got this battle here between Farf and Kaz. Farf are on board with Farf now. Toy Coin is set another fast out of the race at the moment. He is flying out there, and goodness me, my spaghetti bolognese is starting to repeat on me. Good gosh there. But now is Farf trying to use a bit of slipstream now. He's now alongside Kaz. He is on the outside. Kaz got to have the inside though. Can he break deeper? He can, you know, and oh gosh, but Farfar has got the outside there, a bit of momentum there, got on the power earlier than Kaz, and he's up into 7th position. Farf doing a great job. Now we got Vessier, who had a great sprint race, and now he's flying through in the feature race as well. He's up into 10th position here, and what's going on up here? And Kaz, I think, is sent up the inside. Oh, that's going to be a sandwich. That's going to be a gap that's closing there for Vessier, and he backs out of it. Then Martin now, who very unceremoniously lost 7th position last lap, and all of a sudden he's now back up into 8th position and challenging Farf here into 4. Farf has gone deep then, and no, he hasn't. He's teleported back in front. Surely that's illegal, Farf. Goodness gracious me. Some pad hacks there from Farf. But he's in 7th position, and Martin in 8th, Vessier in 9th position, Kaidal in 10th position. As lovely shot here from the nose cone of Kaz, unfortunately lost out there, didn't he? I'm not sure if he had a wild lunge at Farfar into turn 3. It looked quite Knowlesy there having a issue there out of the chicane, and now Kaz is up into 11th position, and Knowlesy dropping down into 12th position. I thought he was alongside me, because that camera angle very much threw me. Goodness gracious me, I wish that I was lighted enough to be thrown by a camera, but however it must be. Oh my word! And Kaidal has gone the curb, spun the car, and is dropping down the order now. He's damaged the Prima end plate as well, and that is not good at all. I think with the wet tyres, who's that off there? Knowlesy, who's using a different part of the circuit there. He's got a 3-second penalty there for Knowlesy. That's not good. That's not good for Knowlesy. Then the camera racer out of the Grand Prix. Grand Prix out of the feature race. That's unfortunate. Kaidal up into 13th position. He is, you know. Serious Mushrooms now in 12th position again. Very cozy down there. Down in turn 3. Well, I say down there. It's actually up there, really, isn't it? Goodness me. It's the highest point of the circuit. Turn 3. It's, look at the end plate damage there for Kaidal. That is going to be quite difficult. He's going to have a lot of understeer now there. He's going to have to put more. Serious Mushroom there. Goodness gracious me. He's gone very wide there and tries to come back on in front of Knowlesy there. Knowlesy thinks better of it and decides to hold position for the minute here in the red 5 there. Kai Dao, I think... I think he's going to have to come in the pits, to be honest, because the understeer is just going to absolutely ruin those tyres there. And the wet tyres, I think, are going to be struggling at the best of it anyway, because it's not heavy enough rain out there for these wet tyres. Look at how light the rain is there. Toy Coin now, that gap is almost up to 2 seconds now. I think that was Vessier very much marking Martin there. And no, Cowdell stays out there, and Reflections gone wide. We're going to stick with this battle here between Martin and Reflections there. Martin very much in the heart of the in the heart of the points there in 8th position there. Well, just over the heart of the points, and he's in 8th position. 2 seconds in front of Troy is a Coin, and then we got Luke in 3rd position, 3 seconds away. Then we got CJ in 4th position, 5th is RTP, the winner from the sprint. Bannister in a very happy 6th position on there, but unfortunately for Bannister, he has got a Favre who is very much catching him hand over fist. We got Martin and Vessier. There's a gap there, so Vessier has sailed up the inside. He ain't going to slow that car down, and back up and under goes Martin now. And unfortunately for Vessier, they just couldn't slow the car down on this greasy circuit and just sailed past Martin now, up and under, and very casually like there for Martin. But I think that now Vessier, then I think he knows where his braking point is, or knows where he's too late. And we'll have another charge of it, I'm sure, in a lap or 2 time when he recomposes himself. But however, he's got to make sure he stays in front of Kaz at the moment in the Fittipaldi car. Here he is then in the Charus, and bottom of the team's championship at the moment is Kaz there, as we are about a quarter of the way through this feature race as well. Thank you very much for giving up your happy hump day here on a Wednesday night then for Formula 2. Sigismund's got a 3-second penalty then. He's right at the back of the field, unfortunately. Sigismund, no, he's up to 16th now. I apologise. Sigismund, Kaz in the pits here. Is Kaz got damage here, or is this a strategical call here from the Canadian driver? He is in the pits now, and let's see what he does. And he's slowed down quite early there for Kaz. I'm wondering if he's unsure where the pit lane pit limiter is. And of course, Kaz has not raced much on Formula at F1 23 this season, so he's going to be a bit rusty, isn't he? But Kaz into the pits. First driver to come to the pits as well, just as we come up to 1/3 race distance here. So we'll see what Kaz does in this one. And Camera Racer has left the session, unfortunately. Kaz is on the wet tyres still then, which I'm not surprised by that. Oh my goodness me, and a Sigismund coming from out of nowhere there. And goodness gracious me, you surprised me, and I'm sure you surprised Vintage as well. Wow, that's Sigismund from absolute nowhere there. My goodness gracious me. I don't like to use the word dive bomb, but it did feel like a bit of a dive there, didn't it, from Vessier, from Sigismund, but I don't think that there is any damage there. But we'll soon find out. Sigismund, who is trying to recover after having issues on the opening lap there for Sigismund. He's down in 15th then in the high-tech car. Of course, there's a gamer not racing here tonight, unfortunately. Sigismund going on the inside here with Vince trying to hang it on the outside. We'll take a look at Kaz's times there, because he's the driver on the newest wet tyres there. What we should have checked actually is if he had a nose cone change, or if it was a strategical option there to come into the pits. Maybe no one has to come to the pits just yet. Though we are just coming up to half distance in this one. I would, unless the rain abates, then I would assume now we're going to come into the pits. I doubt the wet tyres are going to go to the end there. Of course, you don't need to pit. Of course, if you're using wet tyres, of course, you can go to the end, I believe, if it's similar to Formula 1 rules. Anyway, I probably should have read up on that, but there we go. Fails prepare to fail and all that job. Vessier on the outside of Martin now. So Vessier there tried on the inside a lap or 2 ago. He's now going on the outside. Martin on the inside. Martin gets on the power, but Vessier has the performance there. But it looks like that the rear the traction there on that Campos is looking better. I wonder if he's kept his tyres in a better operating window than Martin in Dam's car. But Vessier in 8th position now, and he's going to try and hunt down Farf if he can, who is the car in front of him in the Virtuosi machine. And Virtuosi was on a strong pairing in terms of Jenna, but Jenna's got internet issues at the moment now, and as we already mentioned at the beginning of the show, Lights has decided to go MIA, hasn't he, unfortunately. So Virtuosi is going to be very disappointed in losing 2 drivers this week. Lights hasn't raced, this is the second time he hasn't raced, so he didn't race in Spain either. I think did he turn up in DNF? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, didn't he? But yeah, that's not good there for Lights, unfortunately. Right out the final turn, and Vesser's got a 3-second penalty. Into the pits comes Nolte and Kai Dow here. Kaido is for a wing change, but Knowles there just before the half distance here. I wonder if he's going to go for an undercut. To me, that is telling me, look at that, look how light the rain is. I can hardly see it on the camera now. It's still raining, but it's very light all of a sudden now, isn't it? But to me, the drivers that come in the pitch, surely they think it's going to rain to the end of the race there, or it's going to rain till very late on. And look, it's Bannister is setting up on the inside of Farfetch's contact there, and Bannister unfortunately has lost that position there. And hopefully there's no damage between the two cars. We have got some siege dropping behind R2B as well. Where's far from Bannister? It's I think the battle has finished for the time of being here. So Siege then dropping down to 5th position, then Siege strong for pace at the moment. There's Toy Coin is loving this stage of the Grand Prix. It's very light rain out there now. I can barely see it. As it stopped, it has stopped. So the drivers that come to the pits there, on the drivers that come to the pits then at this early stage of the race, and they're going to be very much ruin that now. Because, of course, if it dries out quickly, they are going to have to come to the pits again. However, the question is, I'm forgetting there's no intermediate tyres in this one. So they have to, so even though then it is drying out, then they have to then survive to go until it's a full dry circuit. Then 60 kilometers an hour for Russia as he comes into the pits now. And the drivers on the fresh wet tyres are going to be a lot quicker. I would assume anyway. Well, you would think so anyway. So this is going to get very fruity indeed then, isn't it? So where is Kaz? I hear. So sorry, it is actually Knowles who's the highest runner on the dry tyres at the moment. So we'll see how what this does then. So Nosey, we'll see how far away Nosey is compared to Chewy and Vincent, who are all on old wet tyres. So these drivers at the front then are probably going to try and hold it out then, I reckon, until the track is dry enough to go on slicks. If the track goes dry enough on slick tyres there, but these wet tyres have probably already taken a pounding in this race, haven't they? So they're probably not going to be very grippy at all. Then Toy Coin is loving life out there at the moment. They're 3 seconds in front of Troy. 7 seconds in front of Lucas at Troy as well. And the top 3 are in a league of their own then. In this one, brilliant driving indeed. The Bannister currently in 7th position. Great drive for Bannister in the Prima car. Toy Coin is setting no fast enough for the race there. As Bannister looks like he's looking for the wetter part of the circuit then, which is going to be a bit concerning for himself and the Prima team here, because it's only just stopped raining a lap or two ago. Bannister is going to very much be hanging on then to this car. And look, he's again now hunting for the wet part of the circuit. Reflections there very well off the circuit. Into the pits comes Sickers Muck then, and Knowles is 11 seconds back, and he was slowing down, but somehow he's got a 5-second penalty there. So I think that issues galore there for Sickers Muck out there. We've got Vintage and Reflections. Oh, that's a puncher for Reflections here. Knowles is at the fast on the race there. So that is why they're coming into the pits, and the wet tyres. And we see this at the end of the Australian Grand Prix. It's a puncher for Reflections there. And did he pick that puncher up when he went off the circuit, or is that wear there? Is that the wear then on these wet tyres? So potentially they're going to have to come to the pits, get a new set of wet tyres here. Sickers Muck has gone on to the slick tyres here. I think that's far too early then, but let's see how this one goes there for Sickers Muck. But Reflections there is crawling back to the pits there, unfortunately, and there he is then. So yes, that is not good at all. Sickers Muck, 5 second. Oh no, Reflection is off there, and look at that. And he's got just no grip, has he, on the wet tyres there. He comes back on now, but there's Knowlesy, who's the highest runner on fresh wet tyres. The gap is 9 seconds now. It is coming down, hand over fist there between himself. Into the pits is Toy Coin. Into the pits is Troy, Luke, Siege, and Farfare, and R2B has stayed out here. So I'm wondering if they are seeing that. They have probably heard from their teams that Reflections on 10 lap out tyres has decided. No, they're all coming in, and for the slick tyres, and so they are coming into the pits, and the track looks very greasy to me. Be careful, Kaido. That car has got a puncture there of Reflections there, but yeah, he's limping back here. Reflections says, my goodness gracious me, and that is bad news there for Reflections. He has lost all the momentum he gained in this race, and he can't even slow down. Look at that, the car is just drifting off, and he has got no grip at all. Sickers Muck there, who's just getting passing up into position one. So I apologise to Sickers Muck profusely here, because I was under the impression that I thought that it was far too early for the slick tyres. Well, how wrong was I? Gap at the moment is 2 seconds there. Troy's had a magnificent opening sector here and pit stop, and it is taking a second out of Toy Coin in the matter of a lap here. Now then, he's got to make sure that he keeps his tyres into the correct operating window here, and make sure that he does. It's a vicious circle. If the tyres fall out of operating window, they would just get worse and worse as this race goes on. Nosey has passed Siege then. Nosey is up to 10th place there. Nosey has decided not to go onto the slick tyres and on the wets at the moment. And look, that just shows that the wet tyres are still the way to go around here. And at the moment, Vintage is flying up there. But how long until Vintage can hold on there? Pit lane is for both, for Vestier and for R2 then as stated. Staying out is Martin and Bannister. Great stuff indeed for those drivers to keep those tyres in the operating window. Vintage also up in the full position as well. And look, R2B has stayed on the wet tyres here. Vestier has gone to the slicks at the moment now. Nosey is the, I think it's the quickest driver out there at the moment. He's up into 9th position now as he's in a was it a salvage operation? Was he car 5? Now he is very much in attack mode, isn't he? Not Formula E though. This is Formula Woo. I was going to say Formula 4. Goodness me. No, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? So Troy at the moment cannot keep up with the pace of the wet tyres of Vintage then. But how long until this track dries out? At the moment the track is very greasy. You can see that there. But the slick tyres can last, can probably survive these conditions at the moment because of can survive these conditions at the moment now. Because as long as they keep the tyres up to keep the tyres in operating temperature, that is the main point here. And we got another puncture is Bannister off, man. The wet tyres are very much the limit, aren't they? I feel, and I think that as some drivers are coming to the pits to get news. Look at that, there's who is that? So that's one of the that's Toy Coin who's lost out to Vintage here, because Vintage is now up into as they got a car that just going off the circle in front of them. The wet tyres are still quicker at the moment. Vintage leads then the Austrian Grand Prix then, as we've got yellow flags out there. What's happened there is Bannister off the circuit. Has he got a puncture as well? He has there. All the drivers then that have not pitted are struggling with punctures. Vintage is the only driver not to get a puncture and has done 13 laps on these wet tyres. Incredible tyre management here from Vintage. He is the new tyre tickler of ALR. Magnificent. And now is it going to be able to survive this lap? Is it going to be able to survive until the track gets into an operating gets into the perfect operating window for slick tyres? Look, Toy Coin is struggling because Troy is now all over. Look, there he is. And I think DRs will be available as well soon. It has not been available by the stewards just yet, but it will be soon. Serious Mushroom flying up in the 6th position. Nosey and Mushroom there, the two earliest drivers to pit for the wet tyres, and with Kaz as well, flying through the field now. Magnificent strategical calls there from all of those drivers. Magnificent. All inspiring is what I say. But this man here is fantastic, isn't he? Vintage is, of course, the most experienced driver in bronze. He has had a fair share of races in ALR overall as well. And Kaz now up into 8th position there. Oh no, and there's a puncture there for Vintage as well. It's one lap too long for Vintage there. And that is unfortunate, but Vintage, fair play for keeping that going. He has somehow survived an extra 3 laps then for Wesley first in a puncture. And so very good stuff indeed there from Vintage. Nosey now up into a magnificent 4th here. Serious Mushroom into 5th position here. And 6th is now Luke. We're taking, look, R2B has set the fastest lap of the race. That is on wet tyres as well. So the wet tyres are still the quicker tyre to be on around here. This is edge of your seat stuff, man. I'm not even sat down anyway. But if I was, I'll be on the edge of my seat. My bum cheeks will not even be touching the sofa. Magnificent. Troy leads the way by 3/10 of a second. No, it's Toy Coin leads the way by 3/10 of a second. And Troy is on the back now. A Toy Coin. 5 laps to go in this race. And I can barely contain my excitement in this. The battle for the lead. However, the story of the race is still unfolding about which tyre is the right tyre to be on. It is the super soft tyres for Toy Coin and Troy. Wet tyres for R2B, Nosey and Serious Mushroom. And Luke on the super softs as well. That's the top 6 then. And R2B has gained half a second in the first sector alone. There he is. There's the Dabs car. He's going for a double win here. An unlikely double win as well there for R2B. And this is an incredible race in here. Wow, magnificent stuff indeed there. As just now on board. Look at that then, he's in touching distance now. The wet tyres are still the tyre to be on. I'm surprised these wet tyres have lasted so well in these conditions there, because it is just about intermediate tyres still, isn't it? The dry tyres are not biting into the circuit, are they? And there comes R2B. No, there's got a penalty. That could be costly, but he still has the pace. Here comes R2B then. He now needs to make hay whilst the sun is not shining here, whilst the track is still damp, and he's having a look there. So he's going to have to try and get past quickly as possible, because the conditions could change there from the wets to the slicks very quickly indeed. This is similar to how Silver finished on the Monday night there. My good gracious me. And now R2B is in second position here. Wow, incredible racing indeed. He's up the inside, passes Troy. Now has he got now he needs to get catch and pass Toy Coin. There he is. He's caught him already, and he is going for Toy Coin. They're defending the inside. So R2B though is just to be sailing through. And oh, I thought he was going for it. He's having a look there, but Toy Coin closed the door there. He's just got so much more purchase on the wet tyres, so has he there, and he is now going to sail through. He has sailed through that. Toy Coin there is going to have to be more concerned about, I think, Troy at this stage of proceedings, and R2B takes the lead of the where are we? Thank you very much. I forgot about driver of the day. Oh, goodness gracious me. Who is, well, I don't know who's going to win, to be honest, but now R2B needs to pull away. Troy, I think Toy Coin needs to be concerned about Troy at the moment, because that's his closest challenger. Knowlesy is about 2.5 seconds back at the moment now. And so is Serious Mushroom. They're not too far away either. Them two could be on the podium here at the moment, because they are quicker than these drivers in front there. And it's 3 laps to go. There they are! They're just at the bottom of the screen now. Of course, driver of the day vote is out, then it is Toy Coin, Troy, and R2B then are the drivers. And Siege is into the pits there. Unfortunately for Siege, and that's very late on that Siege coming to the pits there. Drivers still on the wet tyres, and there's Knowlesy, Serious Mushroom. Then we got Kaz, and now in 7th position. Kaidal up into 8th there. Great stuff. And then the rest are on the slick tyres, apart from Bannister, who has gone back in the pits by the looks and put on the wet tyres, and he's down in 14th position there. So wet tyres is still the way to go. Troy is close to Toy Coin, but DRS has still not been it. There's Knowlesy. There he is at the back. DRS has been enabled then. Oh my, that is not what Toy Coin wants to hear. And is that going to also hear the is that also going to be a problem then for the wet tyres as well? Sam Green, this is crazy. It is, isn't it? I love it. What an incredible end to Formula 2 here. I am perspirating from ear to ear, from every hole I've got in my body. Sweat is coming out of it. Good heavens above there. I'm probably going to get reported for that comment. But it is Troy now on the outside. He is going for it. He's having a look there. Toy Coin has got the inside, then they're over the brown hill. They're side by side into turn 9. And Troy's going to run out of road. He has run out of road. Oh my goodness me. So Knowlesy now is less than a second back. He will be in DRS range now. Well, Knowlesy then, and look, Troy is already in DRS range as well. Yellow flag, someone is crawling. Oh no, it's Kaz. It's Kaz who's crawling here. And that's a puncher. No, Kaz has been magnificent in this race. Into the pits comes Kaidal. And Arn is Knowlesy. And Serious Rush going to run out of tyres there. Of course, we've seen about the, what have we said? I don't know. We've seen about the tyres getting punctured around lap 10 on the wet tyres. Kaidal, so Kaidal's in the pits as well. Knowlesy and Mushroom will be on 11 and 10 laps respectively at the end of this one. Maybe 12 and 11, I can't even count. My goodness gracious me. Kaidal back onto the wet tyres, and Knowlesy now 8/10 of a second away. Knowlesy's trick now. Oh no, Mushroom only 8 laps on those wet tyres, and they have got a puncture. Oh my goodness gracious me. And now then, this is going to be very precarious stuff indeed there, right until the very end. Then can Knowlesy that the track there is giving him so much heartbreak over the years in the ALR. Can he get one? Can he finally get the rub of the green here tonight there? Yellow flag there as one of the McLarens is crawling there. It's Siege having his serious mushroom heartbreak for the Campos driver. Knowlesy then is out of DRS range now. I'm wondering if he's just trying to babysit these tyres to the end now and just try and get them back. And R2B should be fine then. He's only done 6-7 laps on these wet tyres then. Across the line then, Serious Mushroom is going to be absolutely heartbroken in that Campos car, because he's driven so well. Knowlesy there is still out of DRS in Texas at the moment, but I think he'll be fairly happy with 4th position. A great recovery drive there from Knowlesy. And here he is, and there he is at the moment. And obviously, the second to last lap, Six Smoke has got a penalty. Then Serious Mushroom hasn't made it back to the pitch yet. That's how he got the puncture at this part of the circuit here as well. That has been painful for the Mushroom. He's going to be well outside the top 10 now. That is painful indeed. Bannister might be able to get some good points here because he's flying on those wet tyres as well, as is Kydal. Both Primas have really in recent weeks have started to elevate themselves up the team's championship nicely indeed. And no, he's got a puncture as well. This is painful, isn't it, for the drivers that are going on the wet tyres? As the wet tyres just cannot live with these dry track conditions there. It's far too dry for the wet tyres. That is why they're failing so quick. That's why they're failing here. And Knowlesy was just 2 laps away there from making it an incredible, inspired decision, but he's limping back to the pits there. Heartbreak for a lot of drivers tonight. What an incredible race it is. And Knowlesy in the gravel. That is painful to see. And Trey's going up the inside and takes second position there. Passes Toy Coin there. Lap 20 out of 20. The 10-second penalty there for Knowlesy, but he's got a puncture, so I'm not really sure if that's really justified, to be honest. Now Toy Coin will have DRS now, and here he comes, and this could be the battle for the championship. Protagonist at the moment, Toy Coin there has very much been relentless, hasn't he, since joining Formula 2. He's now on the inside of Troy. He takes second position there. Oh goodness me, the back end has stepped out there for Toy Coin. It looked pretty good there, but he's going to really struggle there. And look, Troy and Toy Coin there, very close there. And look at this, and again, look how dark the track is. Troy now at the inside there. Kydal set the pass up the race. Troy up a new second position now, and can get enough, but Toy Coin is back through and back up into second position here. Great battling between those drivers there. Kydal has passed his teammate and up into ninth position there. In front of us is one of the MP cars, and I think that's Siege set or Reflection. I didn't see which one it was there, but what an incredible end to an incredible race here. Magnificent stuff indeed. That is all about survival, this one has been, hasn't it? And now into the final turn then is R2B, taking it very cautiously as well. Out of the final turn, and R2B has got a double. He's the second feature race win of his career, of his season, and of his career as well, with Toy Coin second, Troy 600 second away in third position. R2B, what a performance there. He has been inspired in Austria, like Gamer's incredible performance in Monaco, like I think it was like Troy's incredible performance in Spain, I believe, yes. And now R2B, we've got a lot of double winners this season, haven't we? And R2B joins that illustrious list then. Second feature race win of his season there. His third race win overall. A double race win here tonight there. Oh my God, if Beat gets a puncture too, Green said that. It was just very close, wasn't there? But R2B just about got it in the end then. As Siege managed to get 8 points, gets 8th position there. With Kydal Knight Vintage recovered to 10th position as well there. My goodness gracious me, that was drama, wasn't it? And there's going to be some very painful, some drives in a lot of pain tonight. That Serious Mushroom does get the fast lap then, which might be a consolation prize there. Goodness me. And Fesher got draw today as well. Magnificent stuff indeed. I'm a simple man, started fourth, finished fourth there, Luke, then. So very much clean as a whistle there for Luke. Stupid tires, Serious Much saying, I think a lot of drivers are going to be saying that, aren't they, in that one? Because there's going to be a lot of very unhappy drivers about those tires. The problem is, though, because there's no intermediate tires in Formula 2, those wet tires, there needs to be bucking it down with rain, doesn't it? Needs to be bucking it down with rain, doesn't it, for the wet tires to really perform? And then that is why they don't take. That's why they're almost done, done in the end. Then, so that is why it's so crucial, isn't it? There, my goodness gracious me. Absolutely incrediable race, wasn't it there, from from start to finish. Really good stuff indeed. Then as the rain is just coming down in the background there. But let's take a final look at the classification then from the feature race from Formula 2. And R2B, it's a double. There is a second race win of it, a second feature race win of the season. His third race win of all time there. Fantastic. Toy Coin got second in the end there. He was even for the majority of the race there, but change to the slick tires cost him potentially. Troy in third position. Great battle between Toycoin and Troy towards the end there. Luke in fourth position, as you said, is a simple man. Far from 15th to 5th there, but it was an important draw today. Sixth position was Vesher from 18th to 6th. Seventh position was Martin, and eighth position was Siege with Kaidan in 9th, and Vintage completes the top 10. Bannister 11th, Chewy 12th, Serious Russia 13th, Kaz 14th, Naughty 15th, Sick as Muck 16th, 17th was Reflections and retirement there for Camera Racer out of the Australian Grand Prix. And I think R2 Beat has joined me in the commentary box as well. And R2 Beat, then what a performance today. Then talk us first about your sprint race, and you seem to just waltz away in the sprint there. Very much straightforward in the sprint.
Yeah, I had an amazing start, and I was right on the tail of Sikkesmak on second place, I believe, and took me a couple of laps to overtake him. And after I overtook him, I could create a little bit of a gap until the really fast guys were coming, Troy, Toincoin, but I had enough margin to make it till the end because the guys came too far from the back, and it looks a bit hectic behind me, but I couldn't see that. Maybe Troy knows, but and yeah, I had enough margin for the feature race or the sprint race, so that was nice.
Even so, you still got the result then, which that's all that matters, to be honest. That's what the record books show. And in the feature race itself, what an inspired strategical call there. Those wet tires were just disintegrating by the looks of things, but you judged it to perfection as well. But was you nervous then? Was you nervous about whether the tires going to hold on these final couple of laps?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like gaining. I saw the guys coming in up front, and then on my old wets on 80%, I saw I was still gaining time on the super soft. So that's why I was like, okay, if I want to win today, take the wets and let's see where we go. And yeah, in the end, the wets were the faster tire for the second stint. It said it was drying up, but it didn't dry up in the end. It was just like wet, but no rain anymore. But it was wet enough for my tires. So yeah, it was a good call.
A very good call. And when did you think, oh my gosh, I'm actually in this to win this? And when did you think that the dream became reality then to take this win then? Because you was hunted down Toycoin and Troy quite quickly.
Yeah, it was like for me, it was in lap 20 when I still had margin and was gaining time on the guys behind me. I knew, okay, just bring this home, don't spin, don't crash, and yeah, you will win this. But until lap 20, I didn't have the confidence that I was going to make it.
Incredible stuff indeed, and it's a double win as well. This in this event, and very much you thrived in Austria. Is this a track which you very much enjoy then, Austria? Then is this one that really much matches your talent?
Yeah, I really like the track. That being said, yes, but I think overall the pace of Troje and Toinkan, I couldn't match them. But yeah, it's a track who I specifically like. Yes.
And you certainly thrived on that as well. And I can't remember what the championship looks like then, but what is your aims and aspirations then for the remainder of the season in Formula 2? You are starting to, yourself in the Dams team, starting to get some really good momentum behind yourselves now, but what are you aiming for personally at the end of Formula 2 this season?
I hope podium, of course. That's my goal. Getting up to the podium, but I know it's going to be a really tough challenge with all these fast guys out there. So yeah, of course we're going to it. Yeah, we're going for the podium.
But I must say then that you are certainly in it. You're certainly in it in a good fight, though. That was fantastic today, RTB. Driver of the day for me. You were superb. Troy, you finished third today. Troy, then, goodness me, that was a very action-packed race in the feature. My gosh, that some drivers were on slicks, some drivers were on wet tires. You and Toycoin went for the slick tires. Then, if you looking back on it, do you think that if you went for the wet tires, you could have got this win today?
Yeah, obviously, I think if me or Toincoin would have gone for the wet tires, one of us would have got the win today, because we were so far ahead of the rest. But at the end of the day, we didn't make that decision, and R2 beat did, so he's a deserved winner. I still enjoyed it. I think the sprint was a bit hectic, man. I like there's too many times there were like cars going like 4 wide into corners and stuff. But apart from that, I really enjoyed it. It was good. I really enjoyed these races where like strategy is a bit unpredictable, and it's more realistic as well because it could be like sometimes it is like this in real F1 as well, like where it stops raining but it doesn't dry up for the rest of the race, you know. So I want more of this, even in F1 cars as well. I think I don't know, to be honest, what to make of it. I think I was deserved of, like pace-wise, I was probably deserved of a first place, but taking everything into consideration, a second or third was probably what's fair. So I'll take it nevertheless, and I enjoyed a really good battle with the guys in front as well, especially with Toincoin towards those last couple of laps. We never really had any issues racing with him side by side, so it was really fun.
Certainly was. It, very much reminiscent of Massa and Kubica, but not as extreme. Very good stuff indeed towards the end. Yeah, you mentioned this sprint race where it was hectic there, and it's like 3-4 wide. Then it was getting very, very bumpy in the middle part of that race. There, we also had a lot of issues over the week as well. Do you think that this circuit then seems to encourage a lot of 3-4 wide then, and some interesting incidents? Do you think it's just a circuit?
Yeah, man. I think it's not about the circuit only. I think it's about the drivers because you see it working pretty well in real F1 or like in GT cars or whatever. So I think it's more on us like drivers, like sim drivers or whatever you want to call it. I think this track does invite slower people to kind of stick with you as well because of the DRS. It's not really that much of a technical track. It's quite an easy track. And like if I was a rookie, or when I was a rookie even as well, like this was probably the track I went onto first because it's such an easy track. So the DRS is strong enough for slower guys to keep up with you, and when them slower guys are keeping up, they kind of want to dive bomb left, right, and center, which is understandable. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of it. Quality-wise, like for a race kind of track, I think it invites people to make too many stupid moves.
But we do go on to Silverstone in a week's time, so I cannot wait for that. Thank you very much to Troy. Thank you very much to R2P as well. Congratulations to R2P on a double win tonight. Absolutely textbook essay indeed. Thank you very much there for providing me with some incredible action. Good stuff indeed there for Toy Coin to finish second there, and Troy to finish third indeed. Then magnificent stuff from all three of those drivers there. That is it then for Austria this week, which has been a very interesting couple of days to say the least here in ALR. It's certainly been action packed, hasn't it? We'll be back in ALR for the home of motorsport. It is the British Grand Prix in Silverstone on Sunday. I cannot wait to see you all there from Gold. It is goodbye, though, tonight.